work has got commoditized. A client approaches us for a particular assignment. They may in parallel approach Karan's firm, they may in parallel approach my firm. One firm offers a fee of 1 lakh lower than the other. The client says, I don't know what is the extra that you are adding to be able to charge that 1 lakh, so I'll simply go to the one who's cheaper, because ultimately I know I'm going to get the same work product. And that is where upskilling and to show that I am evolving, I am contributing, I can add more to the entire, to what your requirements are, becomes important. And if we divorce ourselves from the technological developments that are taking place and to integrate it, I think we are going to be in a problem.
Right, and Abhisar, everybody's talking about artificial intelligence these days. You know, a lot of people fear that it is going to be, you know, the end of the world as we know it right now. You know, a guy like Elon Musk, who earns his bread and butter through AI, is warning us about AI, and that's how dangerous it is supposed to be. But it also has its own uses. It has its own, you know, facilitative, you know, avenues that people take advantage of. Is that something which can be employed in the execution, or rather the understanding, or, you know, the facilitation of law in any way, according to you?
Certainly, you know, to a certain extent we did employ AI, and I don't think most of us are even aware of it. You know, we have search engines, and I'd point out there's a difference between automation and artificial intelligence. When you talk about AI, there's a certain level of cognitive ability which has to be incorporated into it. So I'd say that, you know, there are certain facets which we already employed. We have these search engines for legal proceedings, what we call them, judgments. So we have something called a Boolean search there. Boolean search says that, you know, you enter a word, they'd look up the synonyms for that word and present some kind of result to you. So, you know, that's something that is already crept into law. But what I'd say is that, you know, for it to reach a stage that it might just start doing our work or replace us, as you know, people keep raising these issues, I think that's really not possible with the kind of technology we have at the moment and the way the legal industry works at the moment. You know, because at the end of the day, the output of an AI is going to be as efficient as the input. So for that, the input needs to be really, really uniform. And I'm also a lawyer, I'm just talking from a legal perspective as I see it. But it is going to be just as efficient as you input it. So we do not have judgments which come in a format. We do not have, you know, client requirements which come in a format. And we as a legal industry, like, you know, we are the oldest surviving profession, or one of it, is because we have somewhere been customizing to the requirements of the industry. So I think for AI to reach that stage, as I see it from a purely legal background, legal education, I think that's just far away.
You want to add something to that?
Yeah, I just add a bit to that. I think disruption is the norm, and the only thing that is happening these days is that disruption is faster because technology is faster now. But it's not that disruption was not there earlier. We used to have books. We didn't have search engines at one point in time. When search engines came, people thought there would be redundancy of certain people. But those people retool themselves. And today, I think AI is going to play a great support role for all lawyers to be able to become more efficient. You know, whether it is doing diligences, whether it is creative AI on documentation, whether it is AI for automation of records and finding appropriate places. So I think it is, AI is going to play a very crucial role in the next decade or so. And from our perspective, I think every law student and every lawyer needs to understand how they can work with this AI, retool themselves, make themselves more efficient using this to provide, you know, good services for the activities that they conduct.
What do you think the future is going to hold for, you know, large firms, including humongous, huge law firms? Do you think that is something which is going to eventually become obsolete, and you will have this trimmed version of law firms which are basically, you know, very razor sharp, working to facilitate their clients through artificial intelligence and have very less number of people. All the paperwork is going to disappear. I'm sure as lawyers you have to deal with a lot of paperwork. All of that is going to disappear, and that is the future.